Boxing Truth here, back with another video. Make sure to smash that like button, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Alright, let's talk about the fight, undisputed title fight this weekend. One of the best fights on the schedule, especially on the Showtime schedule for the summer. Fight I'm looking forward to, undisputed clash between Brian Castano and Jermell Charlo. Oddsmakers have this very close. Obviously, they rate Castano, as do I. I believe he's the best at 154 pounds among the champions. Possibly the only elite fighter currently in this division, if you're not counting the up-and-coming contenders like Tim Tszyu and Sebastian Fundora, who are going to make a lot of noise in the coming years. Obviously, I feel Castano is the superior fighter. The only question is Haymon going to rob Brian Castano? Is he going to give him a fair shake? Or he's going to protect this hype job named Jermell Charlo? I'm not high on Jermell Charlo. Y'all already know this. Think he is what he is. Protected. Already has a loss to Tony Harrison. He's been outboxed. He's been beaten. He's shown a lot of flaws in his game. And the reason why he's not on the pound-for-pound list, because he's the weakest unified champion in boxing. Beating Tony Harrison and a chinny Rosario is not going to get you on any pound-for-pound list, because people don't rate those dudes. They are what they are. Both chinny, both very flawed fighters, both barely above average in the junior middleweight division. This guy right here is not above average or barely above average. He's really, really good. Extensive amateur background, has a lot of experience, has been at the 54, 52 pound weight class his whole career as an amateur and as a pro. He is still undefeated. Really should have a win over Erislandy Lara as well. So he pretty much has the most accomplished resume at 54, because he beat the most regarded, highly regarded guy, or most difficult guy to fight in Erislandy Lara, a fight Jermell Charlo never took. He also never fought Jarrett Hurt. He never fought the considered best guys of the division at those times where he should have fought them. Instead, he fought the wash Austin Trout, struggled, fought a chinny Lubin, fought a chinny Rosario, fought a chinny Harrison, and took 2 fights and 2 struggles to beat him. So the fix is in for this fight, it seems like. I mean, the location of the fight, all the judges are most likely going to be American. So the only question is Castano going to get robbed? Is he going to get a fair shake? I hope he does. But you just never know when it comes to PBC. Obviously, they want Jermell Charlo to win the fight. It'll be interesting to see the winner. Where do they go from here? Are they going to stay at 54? Are they going to risk fighting Tim Tszyu, Sebastian Fundora, who 2 guys that are big threats to them and already knocking on the door? Tzew's already #1 contender for WBO. Sebastian Fundora is steadily climbing in the WBC rankings. So the winner of that fight is going to have to face tough mandatory opponents if they decide to stay there. But it's a very good fight. It'll be interesting. Castano is a energizer bunny in there. He's a smart pressure fighter, defensively responsible, throws punches and bunches, has good strength, good power. He's not the biggest junior middleweight in the world, but he knows how to fight guys who are taller than him. He's been doing it his entire career. He uses smart pressure, smart tactics to close the distance, keeps his hands high. He knows how to catch counter. He knows how to create in there. He pretty much can do it all with his walk you down type style. He breaks you down and stops you in many occasions. Charlo, the biggest challenge for him in this fight is to deal with Castano's activity, his pressure, and will he be able to handle the pace? Charlo's not the busiest fighter. He's selective with his punches, chooses when to punch, and he's not a guy who throws punches and bunches, which can cost him in this fight if the judges are going to give Castano a fair shake. I believe Castano is going to expose Jermell Charlo for what he is. He's a good fighter, but a very beatable fighter. I feel Castano's a level above. He's going to show it. The only question is Haymon going to rob this guy and not give him his fair shake. Looking forward to the fight. There will be a lot of questions for the winner. Will they stay at 54? They really should move up to 160. Maybe fight the bigger. Well, if it's Jermell, he obviously is not going to fight his brother. But if it's Castano, he should consider a move up to 160. Maybe consider an optional defense against a name fighter at 54, whether that's Danny Garcia moving up. But once this fight is over and the winner is established, there's really no need for the winner of that fight to stay at 54 much longer. Unless they're comfortable there. They have no ambition to move up to 160, but there's bigger fish to fry at 160, bigger fights. I mean, why would you stay there to fight Tim Tszyu, Sebastian Fundora? Dangerous contenders who are not the biggest names or the biggest money fights available to you. But yeah, this is what I envision happening. I see Castano breaking down Charlo. It'll be interesting the first few rounds. Charlo will have to be wary of the counters and increased punching power that Charlo has shown in his recent fights. He hasn't really shown much power early in his career, but he's been showing much more power lately. But granted, against chinny guys like Harrison and Rosario, Rosario's chinny to the body. He doesn't have punch resistance to the body or the head, as he saw in the Lubin fight. So how great was that win, really? Wasn't really that impressive to me. Rosario was a fluke champion, and it showed. Harrison was a fluke champion, but he beat an average champion in Jermell to get that strap. Most likely won't bet on this fight because I'm afraid Castano's going to get robbed. Too many politics involved in this fight. I mean, imagine if Charlo had to go to Argentina and had to face 3 Argentine judges in order to get the win over Castano. I mean, that's what it is. The fight's not fair. It's not an even playing field. Castano most likely has to win 9 to 10 rounds to even get a freaking split decision, and he's gonna have to knock Charlo out to guarantee victory. And when it's that type of political fight where it's not an even playing field, the other champion is not being respected, not giving a fair shake. Should be neutral judges, a neutral setting. Fine, you want to put it in Texas, give them neutral judges, but you won't even do that because you already know Castano gonna whoop that boy, and I need to protect him. I'm telling you, man, Castano gonna put a beating on Jermell. The question is, will he get the decision? Castano will win the fight, but the fix is in. The judges, the commentary, bullshit punch that's in order to fool the public that Jermell is winning, but he's really not. I'll be surprised if Jermell knocks Castano out, dominates him, or even clearly decisively beats him. I don't see any of that happening. All I see is Castano victory or a controversial robbery decision. Y'all let me know what y'all think. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.